what are you guys doing?
We're watching the old man work.
Today we're working on this 3D wall. This is something easy anyone can do. That's a great architectural piece to your home or office, and it makes a great conversational piece. For this wall, I used MDF, that's medium density fiberboard. It comes in 4 by 8 foot sheets. You can get it at any of your big box stores. So I chose a thickness of 3/4 and 3/8. So a third of the wall will be 3/4 inch thick MDF. A third of the wall will be 3/8 inch MDF, and the rest of the wall will just be the drywall. Now that you have your material, you need to cut it into strips. I use a table saw, and I cut my strips into 4-inch widths and 2-inch widths. I use a chop saw and just cut them into random lengths. Pick a section next to the wall and lay out all of my wood on the floor. The more random, the better. All the strips on the wall, I use a multi-purpose adhesive with a notch trowel, and I just trowel on a little bit of adhesive on each piece, and then I use a brad nailer with 16 gauge brads to tack it up to the drywall. Okay, the next step after you get all of your wood pieces attached to the wall, you're going to want to fill the nail holes, the brad nail holes, and all the seams. What I use is a drywall mud, an all-purpose, just drywall mud. You can get this at any big box store. And I just use a knife and I put it on. I put it on kind of heavy because this stuff does shrink. So if you put it a little proud of your brad hole and a little proud of your seams, you'll be able to coat it in one coat. After you get all of your drywall mud seams filled, any of the pieces that are the same size, you want to fill those seams so that they become one block when you're finished. And then the next step after that is I just take a sanding sponge and just sand the wood down, and we'll go. The next step after you sand this whole wall down will be the caulking of the joints, and we'll go over that in a little bit. Next step that we need to do is caulk around all of the wood pieces to fill in all the seams. What I use is just a regular paintable caulking, and I cut the tip at an angle, a pretty small hole, and I always mark the tip of the angle with a black marker so you can keep track of exactly where the angle is. Then you just come in between all the joints and you put a small bead of caulking. And a good trick is if you get some regular glass cleaner, any kind of glass cleaner, and wet your finger with the glass cleaner, when you wipe the joint, it comes out nice and smooth. And you just do that around every piece. This is the most time-consuming spot, but once you're done, it'll make it look like one wall. The trickiest part of this whole project is sweet talking the wife into doing the prep work for the painting. So now that you have your MDF slats up, you've filled all the joints in between the pieces, and you've caulked around all the edges of all the pieces. Now it's time to apply your primer. I usually spray the primer because it's easier to get a coat around all these edges. Spray a good coat of primer, let that dry, and you can check it out after that. So if you have any spots that you miss, any caulking that you missed, now's the time to fill that in after the primer coat, and then you'll go ahead and spray your paint, 2 coats of paint after that.
Only fools rush in. Don't you know that I'll be there for you?
And that wraps up the 3D wall. I chose this rectangular shape, but you can choose any shape you want. The options are endless. If you have any questions on this 3D wall, please comment. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Get out there and work.